before that, I want to review the previous class summary, especially the interaction. The interaction style, that is an important topic in the HCI. So here also we have to discuss, because based on the scenario, what interaction is going on, the user must come to know. Then only according to the situation we have to react. So here in the last class we discussed that is the interaction style. Here in the interaction styles we are discussing many styles such as menus, natural language, question and answer section, form fill, that is the spreadsheet based on the Excel, WMP, window, icon, menu pointer. Here the point and click device, and later on we discuss the three-dimension interface. Now, so here the interaction style, especially that is we have discussed, that is a command interface. Here in the command interface there are some drawbacks. If you remember the syntax of command, then proper say condition command, then only we are to able to do. Especially it cause problem for the older people. That's the drawback we are discussing the interaction of using the command, interaction style of using command. Next one is the menu bar. In the menu also we discussed that we have to follow the hierarchy of menu. So based on the name of the menu, one more two option it is important. One is the name of the menu properly give. Next, we have to give the proper hierarchy of menu. Then only the user can easily do one by one. For example, I can discuss along with the bank. I can use the bank application, withdraw or deposit. One more thing, I want to change the PIN, like that, changing option, whatever we choose. And if we go for the account details, that may be of either current or saving. One by one, proper menu we can maintain. Here next one is the natural language. So due to some complex instruction in the commands, so that we go for the natural language. Here in the natural language also some drawbacks are there, because here it is not necessary to give the full phrase syntax, but here some of the situation the machine cannot react. So that is the drawback in the natural language, because it gives ambiguity, confusing. Several ways are generated due to the irrespective of the meaning sentence. Okay, that is the thing. That is the next one we have discussed. That is the form fill, especially that is the form fill and the Excel sheet. It is easy to use, it is convenient to you, especially I told in the placement and training department. We will share the spreadsheet to you. You have to fill up all the details. It is also convenient to you to handle this. We are easily fill up the data. We also retrieve the data then and there. Next one is the point click interface. Here in the point click interface, what I told here, especially that is the clicking the position drawing interface. Especially I can see that the mouse. Here also here the point and click interface, especially while I give the application to you. If you go to some website, you want to fill up your personal data. Some of the menu designs it is already enrolled. For example, while you come to your application for college, suppose if we give I need already collect some information from you. They given what branch. In the branch, some options, menu options there. CSC, mechanical, triple, like that. We have to choose any one. Here in the radio buttons are there. You are familiar with the radio buttons. First year, second year, third year, and final year. If you go and click the third year, here the checkbox. Here the checkbox, for example, availability. For example, we have to choose what that is REC or RIT. They will given checkbox. You have to REC or RIT is there. So you have to click either any one. Put tick mark like that. The thing that is a design, that is a point and click interface. Here we are discussing WMP window icon menu pointer interface. Later on, we go for the 3-dimension. I told here it is helpful. It is involved in the playing games, especially children. They are go here the 3-dimension. They are 3-dimension gaming. They especially within the 2-dimension PC. It shown like that. It should be here the graphical cost should be high. So now the next one is we have discussed that the deeply is the WIP window icon, window icon pointer menu. We have to that is window icon menu pointer, but I give that the pointer menu window icon menu pointer as WMP interface. So here the elements of WMP interface, that is I can say that is the windows. Here in the especially that is the window, that is why here in the window, especially I told in the 28, 25, 26 years back, initially the 95 onwards window came. That is a parallel processing, and then at a single time you can use multiple screen we can open. That is here that is the main advantage of using that is the Windows OS achievement. You are already familiar. That means here it allows several tasks to be visible at the same time. Not only we can here at a single time I can open multiple windows. Meanwhile, I want to share the data from one window to another window. One window I can reduce to smaller size apart, or if it is necessary, I'm going to reduce fully also, depending upon the situation. Also, I told that is a thing. That is a window. Next to that, here for example, here in the coming slide, we note down that is what this window. What I told. Here the big window followed by the smaller window, and then followed by smaller window. Within this window, window, if several windows are there, in that case also we have to maintain some hierarchy. Then only it is easy comfort to close all the windows. We have to. It is comfort to open multiple applications. Here that is the advantage of using that is a window. So here next one is the icon. Here the icon represent what I want to close the window, or I want to reduce the window partially. I want to reduce the window fully. Here the icon, for example, even the window MS Word, you can note down star represent what close the window, minus represent the what reduce the window, dash line represent what I want to reduce to some partially size. That is we have to note down there's some beautiful icon out there. So windows can be available on the screen at some time. So what do you think? So shrinking the window to icon, that is iconifying is very important thing. Shrinking we have to reduce the window to some size. That is iconifying we discussed. That is the icons, several icons are there. Especially not only here the arrow mark, we had to use that hand representation. We had to use some flower representation. Depending upon the symbols, also we have to choose the thing. That is the push button. I can use the hand representation. The several icons are there. Here that is a pointer. Pointer is that means what pointing. It shows the interest pointing and selecting the things. We are selecting the items using the pointer icon. That is especially with the help of especially we can use mouse only. That is joystick and trace also some other device also if we used. Next is the elements of WMP window icon menu pointer. So in between that is the menu. 3 types of menus are there. One is the pop-up menu, pull down menu, fall down menu is there. So next here we have to come to the elements of WMP interface. Buttons are there. Here the buttons what are individual and isolated region within this display. So that means a push button. You are already familiar. So some of the application we see that is some push option is there. With the help of clicking device, just we have to click. We can open one new window. You are already recognized. That is a button I have to frame. That is a push button. Here that is the thing. Here the elements of WMP. Here not only we can see extra components also are enabled at a single time. Not able to paste all the components. So that what some extra components are there. That extra component that can be referred in the toolbox. You already know. You have the palettes. That is the set of possible nodes, and active node are visible to the user. Next one is the display device. display device that are used by the system to user attention, bring the user attention to some important information. I told for example, if the process is running, if you're opening the application form, yeah, the process is running, or you downloading the tools, you're also some processing. We have to, yeah, the alert message come, wait for 20 seconds, 50 seconds. So according to the situation, here we have to wait. Now here in this class, we have to see that end of the first unit that we are going to discuss the paradigm for interaction. Here the paradigm for interaction. Here the paradigm for interaction. That means what? What is the paradigm? First of all, yes, paradigm. So here the paradigm, I simply did that the evolution of the usability paradigm also provide a good perspective in the history of interactive computing. So here the interaction has to be taken place in a successful way. So interaction has to be taken place in a successful way. What are the measures, what are the tools we refer that we can say that the paradigm? Interaction that are to be do in a successful way. What are the measures, what are the tools we referred, we can say that is the what? Paradigm. It's a catch, students. Here the evolution of that is, you can say the good perspective on the history of interactive computing. First thing, we have some types of the interactive system for designing good interaction. If for it, okay. Now, why we need to study paradigm? Yeah, that is the thing, that is usability concern. Especially here also what? Here actually previously I used the color background. Now I'm taking class in the mobile subject to the power shutdown. Okay, but anyway, I use the white background along with some good catchable simpler points along with the beautiful representation of my delivery of talk. We can easily understand. Here that is the paradigm. Here that is the thing. What is the use? Here the usability concern. That is what? That's for your convenience. Even though if you use the PC or lab, that may be even mobile also, through my presentation view, through my good explanation or audio, can easily remember the concept. That is my paradigm. Is it correct, students? Yeah, that is the thing. So here, that is the concern. That is your satisfaction. That is the thing. So here also they provide the paradigm for the usable design only. Now, here, what a paradigm? Here the theoretical framework or specific word views. That is a paradigm. So it is it's here the history of largely about the understanding a series of paradigm shift. So especially I told that is interaction. No, interaction I want to make good. That may be here the interaction. I want to make it good. So that we are the good. That means what? That is your satisfaction. We are accepted. Yeah, that is the thing. So here, that is the thing. Largely, that is the understand. So that means what? Good. That means what? You have to understand the scenario. Then I show the good. It is correct or not? What I delivered, what I taught through the PPT, or even though you are in outside, I'm giving the good lecture words. Okay, no problem. You can easily understand. That is the scenario is good. It is correct or not? That is the paradigm. The interaction to make the interaction to be good. Okay. So yeah, that is the thing. So new company. So according to what? So new technology also device. Even though if you are in outside, with the help of well-designed PPT presentation, well-defined good example of delivery, both are combined together in the real time, you understand the concept, what I deliver. So you have the paradigm of interaction, that is the thing. So the technology arrives of creating a new perception. So according to what technology, that means I can tell now, I can refer some tools. That means what? I can refer the tool, I can say what technology I refer to deliver the good presentation. That is that is the paradigm for interaction. So here, okay. Now, what are the things we have to say? What the batch processing you are studying the operating system, time sharing, networking, graphical display, microprocessor, World Wide Web, amb- ambiguous computing. One thing I want to say, some of the so, uh, some of the seminars I attended, especially some person they own question they will ask, why the Google is popular? It's a famous, beautiful questions. Why the Google site is popular? Because here the Google, especially that is search engine, if you refer the Google, just only small text box, outside is only white background, that's all. That is the only the beautiful, that's the only the secret Google achieved a good good search engine. Only that is only the famous. Only one white background, one text box, we have to type. Nothing, no design. That's only that is the Google famous. Is it correct or not? Everybody, yeah, that is the thing. Here also that's the thing. So that the worldwide I can say. But only search engine. But remaining thing, if you go to the website, I want to view the what about, for example, marketing products or any other advertisement product according to the needs. That is a good design. That is different. Okay, don't compare to this to Google site, Google search engine site. So here the here ambiguous computing, that we can say the physical and electronic worlds in the service of everyday activity. That is the computing. So now some more examples also are there. I am taking account video display unit, programming tool unit, personal computing, window interface, metaphor, data manipulation, language versus action, multi-modality. So these are the sensor-based contests where interaction. So these are the good example for the paradigms. Some more. So totally, actually, sometimes they will. Some not. So sometimes they will ask the exam explain about the paradigm styles. So totally, that the 14 to 15 example we discuss. At least we have to remember the the actually uh, nine types previously. 9 plus 7, 16 examples are given. At least we have to minimum remember 10 to 11 examples, good examples of paradigm. So you had to, sometimes they will ask explain about the paradigms, let's say paradigms involved. So we have to explain along with the things. Here the time sharing. Here the time sharing, what the explosive technological growth evolved in the olden days of 1940. Here that is a single computing. Here the single computer, previously single computer supporting multiple user also. Next one is that is a we are here also the video display unit. It provides suitable for the medium, then then the paper printout for the presentation. Okay. Here it is here also here also what I am taking the PPT. Here also what is a good presentation. Here previously also there, instead of giving the document, here the video frame representation is good. Some more thing, because we have to show a 3-dimensional also, graphical also, so many efforts are there compared to the document videos. Is it correct? As the video frame display. Here the next one is the toolkit. Here the Stanford Research Institute, some of the toolkits, that the complex tools kit is there. Interactive with the Windows. Programming tool, that is a programming toolkits. Programming toolkits, that means what? I want to run one application. That means some set of instruction you have to give. Then only the application will run. That is the video frame will run. That is I need some what. So in the programming I can do some coding. That is that code only enable the system to perform some task. That is some what are the programming toolkits. Yeah, no, that is the next one is the personal computing. Yeah, in the personal computing, what do you say? What is the personal computing? Personal computing, that what? That is maybe a more powerful for the individual user. It provide a means for those with substantial computing skill to increase the productivity growth. That's the major point. It provide a means for those with the substantial computing skill to increase the productivity growth. That I refer in the next point. That is the personal computing. Next on the Windows system. I told just now only several times I told that's the window icon menu pointers. You already know the function of WMP. Here the window, especially what here the several tasks that can be performed at a single time. That is the window. Interaction that is made based on what I told in the previous slide. Interaction based on the icon, menu, pointers, and possible through the some interface toolkit. That's the way I discussed. So I can say that again. I can say that the window system and the WMP interface. Next one is the metaphor. Metaphor, especially what is a metaphor? So we can say what metaphor. Simple words. One way I can say within a single line. A metaphor are used to describe the functionality of many interaction. It is used to define the functionality of many interaction. How the interaction has to be taken place. That is the thing. That is the metaphor. So we can say the Windows menu that we can use the window menu. Windows views along with the menu buttons and palettes. No, that is the thing. How metaphor of a simple one line information is what? Please go listen. Whatever the even some new terminology word, I can give the explanation in a single line, in a simple way. You can easily remember. Here also there is a metaphor. What is a metaphor? I can say it is used to describe the functionality of the interaction. The interaction that may be in terms of Windows uses the menu. For example, Windows may use the menu, buttons and palettes. Very simple example, simple understanding sentence also. So what I deliver, even the some of the because some of the words are not mentioned in the PPT, so some of the lines. So at the time you have to note down what I deliver. Listen, okay. So that is thing. That is here also there's a file manager, and here in the PPT I can say the file management on the Office desktop, word processing like that. Here also what here the delivery. Delivery I can say is what the methodology or represent the PPT. That's also as a metaphor. Next one is the DAT manipulation. Here the DAT manipulation, that means what? What is the DAT manipulation? Rapid feedback is just one feature of the interaction technique. So rapid feedback, I can say we can say on all action, visibility of the object, revisibility of all action, synthetic correctness of all action, replacement of complex command language like that. So here I can say here the DAT manipulation. So here that manipulation I can say what here while you go for the textbook documents you are going to be studying. While again the same chapter we come to the PPT also you can study. But in the PPT I put that is I break the complex sentence to smaller one, smaller subdivision. The previous slide I can use the color representation. What are the important keyword? What are the important points? I can mention beautifully. So that is the thing. So here the DAT manipulation. That means what? Here so that means what? Visibility of the object is clear. Visibility here in the scenario I can say what? My delivery of thought is clear to you. We can say that the manipulation. Okay, that's a good example. So whatever the example we discuss, I tell along with real-time example of student. So okay. Next one is the language versus action. Here the language use action can occur in the programming. By example, when the user can perform some routine task in the action. Here the system record there is a generic procedure. Here that is the thing. Here the action do not speak louder than the words. Here that means here some presentation, some playing videos going on. So some playing motions going on. So from the video frame, you have to understand what is the scenario instead of using the audio. So for example, if I'm going to give some demonstration with the hardware toolkit, especially we note down what is the video now, how to connect, how to reassemble the configuration, everything come to know. So from the video represent, you can understand, no? That you think, so that you think. So okay. So here also the language, that is the programming examples. Next one is the iPad test. iPad test, I can show the what is the iPad test. iPad test can be used as interactive system. Here I can say on the I can say you can say hypermedia and multimedia. iPad test we can generally refer to what? Hypermedia and multimedia. You are immediately that is a form of electronic media only. It is one of the form of electronic media. But here in the PPT I mentioned as some of the year version. Okay. So that only I referred as some of the year. 1945, 1960. That is one previously Steed and Nelson described the iPad test. But generally, iPad test we are referred to what? That is hypermedia and multimedia. We are already familiar about this. Next one, that is the thing, multimodality. Multimodality, here I can say, here the interactive system is a system that relies on the use of multiple human communication channels. That relies on the use of multiple human communication channels. That is, I can say, multimodality. Interactive system is a system that relies on the use of multiple human communication channels. That is a multimodality. Here next one is the computer supported cooperative work. So CSCW. Here the CSCW, computer supported cooperative work. So here the built to allow interaction between the human via the computer. Simply then what interaction taken place between the human via computer. Here also now here not only the computer, especially we can add some mobile also. Especially we can use the computer only because we are typing the document with the help of PC only. Even though I'm taking the mobile, whatever I'm taking in the listening in the mobile, that is secondary. But initially the presentation made in the PC only. So interaction taken place between the user and the computer. Simple word. What do you think? So electronic mail is a prominent success one. That is the thing. So the last one that we have discussed is the World Wide Web. So in the World Wide Web, that is we can say the internet. Internet is a collection of computer, a link in many sort of data collection. So the computers on the internet can communicate using the data transmission protocols. So many HTTP connection oriented protocol we have to discuss. Based on this, we have to interacting with all the ways. Here also, now I'm doing. We are in somewhere. I am in alone. Even though if you are in outside India, also I'm able to communicate. I'm going to present also. That is nothing. So that's the verb only. Is it correct? So that is why we can maintain the protocol. We are already, I think, deeply studying the network concepts. Next one is the ubiquitous computing. Here, that is a technology which is aimed at creating the computing infrastructure for the whole physical environment. So that is the thing. There is a profound technology. What is the technology referred? The technology referred, we can say what that may be of either in the wireless networking, voice recognition, camera and vision system, pen-based technology. Likewise, that is the things. Likewise, that is the technology are to be adapted. Next one is finally that is I can say that the sensor-based context-aware interaction. Here the sensor-based context-aware interaction. What is the sensor-based context-aware interaction? Here, the information can be gathered from the sensor in all environment. For example, the real-time example, here I can say what are the measure. We have the temperature measure. Next one is for example, ultrasonic movement detection. Everything we have to be taken into account. Here the temperature, like what physical phenomena represent the light, temperature. For example, here the tracing the location, identity of the object. So these are all the real-time example taken into account. So that is we have to sense the physical measure to interaction. That is the thing. So totally I discussed that 16 example. Okay, without seeing the PPT type numbers, I'm going to tell all the examples for the paradigm in one by way. Just now only I taught. I remember the examples. All the okay, based on watch one by one. I'm not go to the previous slide also. Just what I remember, I'm going to tell without seeing the PPT. Without that is time sharing, video display units, programming tool kits, personal computing, Windows system, metaphor, data manipulation, language averse action, hypertext, multimodality, CSCW, computer supported cooperative work, World Wide Web, agent based interface, based computing, sensor based and context aware interaction. So without seeing the PPT, I tell all the 16 example. No, I tell only the 15 example only. One example I forgot. Anybody know? When I actually totally I tell the 16 example without seeing the PPT. Again recall I told only 15 example. One example forget. Okay, we have to be alert. That's it. That's the thing. Okay, so that's all we have to finish. That is the first unit here in the again the 7 minutes, 8 minutes representation. Just I'm going to give the hierarchy of the syllabus one by one. So totally from the beginning onwards, we have to discuss what I deliver. Just I'm going to tell in the short way manner. In here the XA. Then what is XA? Simple one word, simple one line sentence, 5 words in the interaction between the user and device, user and the outside scenario. That is the human computer interaction. HCI. So here the HCI, what I say. So previously I discussed that the input output channels. Here the input output channels along with the real time example beautifully explained. Here the 5 sensory organ: vision, hearing, movement, touch, smell, loud smell. So here the 4 sensory organ I can deeply explain that the input output channel according to the scenario. Yeah, this is the input we are able to react. Here also I can say that the memory. We also deeply the simple. What are types of memory? Anybody knows? Sensory memory, short-term memory, or long-term memory. Easily I can define the types of memory. Remember, sensory memory, short-term memory, long-term memory. So here I can deeply explain the memory concept also along with some good examples. Here in the next we come to the reasoning and problem solving. Here the reasoning. Again the reasoning. What is the reasoning? You have to give some conclusion. That is the reasoning. Given conclusion is what? That is from the set of hypothesis, from the set of evidence. That the evidence that may be of strong evidence or weaker evidence, that is layout. If I get the strong evidence, I can get the what? Good judgment. I can give the good judgment. If I get the weaker evidence, may not be sure. My judgment is correct or wrong. That is the reasoning. I can explain along the beautiful example. 3 types: inductive, abductive, deductive. 3 types of reasoning I explain beautifully with the real-time scenario. That is the reasoning. Is it right? Judgment. That is a set from the given set of hypothesis. The hypothesis I can say what are the events or evidence. I can give the conclusion. That is the judgment. That may be either true or false. This is a beautiful concept. I lovely study the reasoning concept. Problem solving. Yeah, the problem solving infer solution. I'm going to give the solution. So here one question I ask: if the problem is new to you, how do you get? you have to refer the way of friends. I told you no. Acquiring knowledge. In the real-time example, I can say, we are referring your friends, you are referring your teacher, you are referring books, you are referring net. So many criteria, we are draw some, you get some ideas. You done some collectivity of knowledge, then you can solve. That is the thing. That is you can give a solution. That is the problem. That's the difference between I told clearly the reasoning and the problem solving. Next, here again the input output. Here I can say what device. Channels refer to the human being user, but here in the input output I can say the what device. Here the device input device, especially I deeply discuss all the types of device also. Here the one is the sensory device and point position pointing device. User driven device I can explain, especially the keyboard. Pointing device I can say that is what, that is a mouse. Here I deeply discuss that is the input and output device along with some types also. Here output device I can say what, especially that is the monitor. You have to take some printout document, that is the printer. Here that is the output device. Here we have device for the virtual reality and the 3D interaction. What is the positioning in the 3D space also? We have to explain. Some more device also I explain. Some more additional device. Additional device I can say what? Sir, physical control and special device. Well, go for the shop. Where what? From the shop, just only with the help of little finger, we have to choose the items and then go. That is if we go to the some of the bigger shops with the help of finger, that is touch screen only. We have to choose and take the bill and then go. So for example, some of the things I also, if you go to the amount to pay, I want to pay the amount using the the previously I think the 2 years back, 3 years back, I go to the mobile showroom. Just I have to, with the help of touching screen, I have to collect the bill. Okay, that is the thing. What scenario regarding for the payment or regarding for the product information, regarding for the some function or some my products not working, inquiry like that. Based on the menu, I can choose that the thing. So we have to deeply discuss. Next one is the processing and networks. Yeah, the processing and networks. What I taught. What are the factors that are here the process program load in execution? Simply, I can say in the few words. So, what are the factors taken into account? Especially, I can say what factors to limit the time speed, network computing. That is the processing. That's the processing and networks we are deeply discussed. And especially, I can measure the speed. If you download some application, that is what, if you download some, yeah, I can open an application, whatever. Yeah, but what is the process? What are the factors, especially the limit of the speed taken into account? We are deeply discussed. Next one is the interaction. Especially interaction, I can be now just in this week also told that is the models of interaction. Models of what are the models they are discussed. Here also lately we come to the framework and HCI. And the framework we have to say in a simple 2 words or within a line. How can say the framework? It addresses it addresses the articulation performance in the HCI. It addresses articulation performance in HCI. And that is the framework. I told no. It addresses the articulation and performance in HCI. Simple word. So what I delivered is actually I explain along with a real-time example, along with simple sentence only. We have to note down. Later on, that is the ergonomics. Ergonomics, what is study the physical characteristic of interaction, such as how the controls are designed. That is the thing. So what? It tells the physical characteristic of the interaction, how the controls are designed. Very simple thing. Just one line, beautiful meaning sentence. That is the thing. So the arrangements of control. That is arrangements of control ought to be in proper manner. We are discussed. Later on we go to the XA elements. The XA elements also we are sending a window icon, pointer, menu, but just in the previous class toolbar, palettes, dialog blocks we are deeply discussed. Later on we come to the end of the first one, interactive paradigms. I explain along the 15-16 examples. That is what simple word how the interaction has to be taken place in a successful way. What measures I made. That is, I can tell along some 16 good examples. These are the topics available in the unit 1. So please go. Again, I gave a major 80% PPT I already shared. So within 1 day, I'm going to share all the unit 1 PPT. Please go through the PPT because that PPT play a vital role. We have to remember the beautiful concept. I can structure in a clear manner. Okay. So you have to understand the clear scenario in a quick manner at any time, not able to forget. That is the presentation of PPT. Please go through it. Okay, dear student, the time is nearly to the end of the, already ended, not near the end, time is over.